Hello, everyone, and welcome to Jay's Everything. So, you haven't seen most of me on January because I was currently on holidays, like almost everything January. First, I went a week to the beach with my mom's family, and then I went 2 weeks to holidays with my family to another place with a beach. So I was really busy spending my time there and relaxing and all of that with my family. But I also uploaded some things like short the short films that I uploaded the other day and news about the animation. But today is like our first video back at the studio because I'm back at my house after traveling in a road trip for 20 hours back here. So yeah. So what I did when I was on holidays, otherwise of eating a bunch of food and being with my family and yeah, and buying stuff, I went to what do you do when you're a bookworm and you go to the beach? You read a lot. So today I'm gonna tell you every book I read during my holidays and tell you what I like them and yeah, what I read. Also, I want to thank my uncle for giving me for my birthday this microphone I'm using. I think the audio is better. I don't know. I read the instructions, but I didn't understand very well if it's working or not. So, yeah. So, first on the list, I read Solitary by Alice Oseman. How those of you don't know her, you maybe recognize this author by being the author of Heartstopper, but she started her career writing this book. She wrote when she was 17. The book is about Tori Spring, that if you read Heartstopper, you know that is Charlie Spring's older sister, and it occurs during the fourth volume of Heartstopper, more or less, and it's the first introduction we get of the characters. So it's about Tori Spring, who is a teenage girl who doesn't like school, likes to just blog and sleep, and yeah. And suddenly, all of a sudden, appears this mysterious West blog called Solitary that starts linking to her life. Also, this random guy called Michael Holden is like following her around and trying to be her friend. And I really love this book. I tried to reread it when I take it to holidays, but I couldn't because I didn't have time. And I really loved it. I read it like in 3 days, and also I literally didn't sleep so I could read this book because it's so. I love how Alice writes. Tori feels a bit too much relatable sometimes, yeah. But at the same time, I really love it so much. Tori, I love Tori so much. It feels like a teenage girl. Like the writing feels like what we live, although Tori is like 16 in the book. I feel that, and I really love Tori and Michael and every single character in this book. I love them so much, and I love it so much. It has dark themes, just so you know about. There's a part when I almost like, no, this is not happening. It's a bit dark, but I really love this book so much, and I really recommend it. And I got it for Christmas also, so yeah. Then I read a bit of manga and I read the first 5 volumes of Dandaran. So Dandaran is a story about a girl named Momo Ayase who believes in ghosts but doesn't believe in aliens, and she stumbles about this guy named Ken Takakura, also known as Okarun, who believes in aliens but doesn't believe in ghosts. And they're like, no, no, I don't believe you, and I don't believe you either. So they decide to make a challenge when they go to haunted places, each to find the other thing. And the result being that both aliens and ghosts are real. So they end up in this adventure where they fight aliens and ghosts and try to survive. So Dandaran is pretty weird, the story and the characters, but I really love it so much because maybe it's weird. This year the anime came out, the adaptation for this, and it's really good. I first watched the anime before reading this, so the first like 3 volumes, I was like, oh yeah, I know this story because I watched the anime, and I really love it so much. I really love the art. The art is really beautiful. I love how uh, Kunikin Tatsu, the author, draws. I really love how he wrote draws like the hair of everyone, like Momo's hair. There's so much detail and everything. I really love also the story. It's weird. When you get to it, you need to know that it's gonna get really weird with the story. The characters design are so wacky, and I really love it. I read till volume 5, and it's really good. I watched the anime and I really loved it, and I wanted more, so I had 5 volumes. Although like the first 4 volumes are already adapted into the first season of the anime, and the second season is coming in July, if I'm correct. But yeah, and I could read a bit more until the next season comes out to um so I don't get myself into a void waiting for the next season. And I really like it. I'm noticing a pattern in the story with the yokais that are the ghosts. I'm not gonna spoil because I don't like to spoil, but I'm noticing a pattern. One thing I have to complain about this, but I have to complain with all of my manga collections because the manga I buy is in Spanish because I can only find in Spanish because it's translated to Spanish, and the translation is like really bad because they tried to make the characters talk if they were from where I am, and it sounds really like, I don't know to say it, like cringy and weird, and I don't know. I want to buy them in English to see if the story gets better if it's in English, which is a better um you know a translation. So I want to buy them, and my dad is like figuring out if I can buy manga on Amazon, and so I can buy more manga and maybe redo my whole collection of manga into in English. So yeah, and I really love Dandadan. So yeah, and I read them like so fast because they were just free. But yeah. Next on, I read a book that you might already see in my channel because my friend gave it for my birthday. The House of Salt and Sorrows. This book is like a mystery. It's about an an Anal Anali, a girl who has al- ele- 11 other sisters, and they live by a manor by the sea in a set of islands. But one thing started happening in the years is that 4 sisters have died in mysterious circumstances. And basically, the story is like Anne trying to discover the death of her sisters because everyone's saying that they are cursed. It makes us, and it's like a mystery about she trying to solve everything, and I love it a lot. The description is really good. I really love it, and it's really good. I also it has a tiny bit of romance, which I love, and the mystery is really cool. Also, it meets like with gods that the islands are like believe on, like the god of the sea that they have called Pontus, and yeah, and it's also said to be a retell of the wait, what was it called? Wait, what was the retell of? Wait, give me a second. It was said to be a retell of the 12 dancing princesses. There is a part of the book that references that a fairy tale. So yeah, it's really good. I was a bit confused in the ending. I'm gonna try to research about it a bit, or maybe just read the ending. But I really love it a lot. So yeah. Then I read Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. And this is a story, it occurs in 2012 to be specific, about a girl named Kath who's just going to start college in Nevada for the first time. And Kathy is a really shy person. She has a twin sister named Ren, who actually is like the opposite of her. She wants to go to college to get experience, meet new people. Instead, Kat wants to stay inside all the time. She also she wants to be a writer, and she actually writes fan fiction of this fictional saga called Simon Snow. And she's a like really big fan and writes fan fiction in like I think a parody of whatever is like AO3 or whatever. Sorry, my sorry. I was back at recording. I was watching my sister in the pool because she wanted to get in the pool, and and my parents just left the house. So yeah, sorry, I had to pause recording. But yeah, she writes, Kath writes fanfiction in about his characters. So we follow Kat in her life in college as a shy person trying to avoid everyone and stay in her well, survive writing class, meet new people, and also love, maybe. I don't know, you have to read it. I liked it really much. Maybe not like the best book I ever read. It's like, okay, yeah. I prefer actually this author. Rain Cowell wrote another book named Eleanor and Park, and I have it. I don't know where it is. Oh, here. I have it right here. And between the two books, I prefer Eleanor and Park that in Fangirl. I don't know. I feel I like this one more. It's much sadder, so maybe that's why. So yeah, what else? Next up, I read Heartstopper Volume 4. And again, I love Alice so much. I love so much Nick and Charlie's romance. This book actually focuses more on Charlie's mental health, which was dark. It was dark. I felt really sad, and I almost cried because I read in the middle of the night. So yeah, uh, it was really sad, but I really love it, and Nick and Charlie are so cute. Yeah. Also, when I read this, I had finished reading Solitary, so the part that happens in Solitary was like mentioned in the book, and I was like, the connection in universe. Yeah. So, and I want to read Volume 5 so much. I also have here under here the first 3 volumes of Heartstopper down here. I don't know if you can see them, but yeah, and I loved it so much. Love Heartstopper, so cute and yeah, so well written actually, and the drawings are so cute and yeah, I loved it so much. Next up, another Alice Osman book I read, Radio Silence. Radio Silence is about a girl named Frances with like the smartest girl in her school. She's on top of the class. Everyone, she's head girl, which apparently in the school is like I don't know how to explain. Yeah. So yeah, and she's on top of the world, and she's like gonna try to get to Cambridge. So yeah, uh, but then she meets this guy named Alet, who is also in her stopper a friend of Charlie in the book. This book like actually happens like after Heartstopper, like the characters are going to college, so it happens a lot after Heartstopper. Well, who is Alan is not just super centered character in Heartstopper, so it's like his own book here, and she meets Alan, and he is the he is a fan also of this podcast called University that Francis loved, and they began to get to know each other, and they become friends. And finally, Francis has someone where she can be herself because she's usually just a person known at school for being smart and that. But then things start to happen, and a lot it gets sad and sad and sad. I don't know why Alice likes to write characters who go into a mental spiraling or something like that. Yeah, I really also love this book because Alice writes so well characters. They feel real. Also, just the way it flows so quickly. I read this so quickly. Also, I love Alice and Francis' relationship. Her platonic relationship is not a love story. They don't get together, just so you know. I love it so much. I want a relationship with them, with some of my friends. I want to be like them. So yeah. Next, and then we go down to the two final books because, and I'm doing the two together because they're from a trilogy called Caraval. I read Caraval on July, and it was like the best book I ever of fantasy that I ever read. I loved so much. So after that, I had Legendary and finally to read read. So I have them here. I got Legendary from my uncle and I bought Finale, and they're so good. I the first it was a bit difficult to get to the plot, like the first like 50 pages because I had read the book last year, the first one. So yeah, but after you get it flows so quickly. Stephanie Gabler writes descriptions so delicate. It's like almost delicious, like you want to eat the book. And the book, I don't want to spoil it. The first book goes for Scarlett, who is a girl who gets invited to this game called Caraval, who that is known to be a famous game like circus made by a man named Legend who's supposed to have magic powers. So he created this game, and the center of that game was that um Scarlett's sister Tella is missing, and the game is centered to find her. Whoever finds it gets a wish. So the book follows Scarlett in Caraval trying to find her sister in all the mysteries of Caraval where you can almost not trust anyone. And the second book follows after Caraval finishes, like literally there. And it follows the sister of Scarlett, Tella. Tella now is the center of the book, where she's trying to find their mother and more mysteries and more mystery characters, and also play Caraval, the second, well, not the second, another game of Caraval in another place. And it's really good. And the third one follows the two sisters and the finale of everything and everything. What I like about this is that the first book is centered obviously around the game, but then in the second one they mix, like I mentioned in House of Salazar, they mix mythology of like the gods of this world. And if you put mythology in any book, like I want to read Percy Jackson because it has great mythology, I'm gonna read it so fast. I actually didn't finish Finale. I have like 20 pages left, but I didn't finish it. But I wanted to do this video as soon as possible. So yeah, and I really love them. I really love all the characters. Tella is so funny. Everyone is so funny, and yeah. So that's all the books I read on my summer holidays. I hope you like this video, and so please leave a like and subscribe for more book content, movie content, and show content, and everything about pop culture. Yeah, bye. See you later. See you in the next video. Before I finish this video, I would like to thank my uncle and his girlfriend for giving me this microphone because I was editing everything and I checked the audio and it's so much better than my other videos. They support my channel so much. They already gave me this ring light that I already mentioned in other videos, so I don't have to torture my cameraman recording with my tiny phone and making the camera wobbly. So thank you so much for this and everything. Bye.